All right, ladies and gentlemen, seniors on this side, head to the locker room. Seniors on this side, head to the locker room. Faculty, let's split up. We're pretty crowded out there, so we want to start letting people in. You take them with you. Carry your flowers with you, please. Mr. Delaney, Mr. Smith, members of the Bellevue Board of Education, School-Based Decision-Making Council, faculty members, parents and guardians, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 128th commencement ceremony of Bellevue High School and the graduation of the class of 2016. Graduation signifies an end, but we need to remember that the term commencement signifies a beginning. This is certainly a happy occasion, but it is also bittersweet as this class is leaving Bellevue High School. As we tell our students often, once you are a tiger, you are always a tiger. Our graduates are members of our family, and while they're leaving to begin adult life on their own, we hope they will always consider Bellevue as their home. We love them and we will miss them. Tonight, we celebrate our graduates' achievements while wishing them safe sailing in their new beginnings in their journey of life. Please enjoy the moment, for it is far too short, and at the same time, it is a vital part of the lifelong learning experience. Now, please stand for the national anthem, and please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In all graduating classes, it is customary to recognize high academic achievement. We do so by designating a valedictorian and salutatorian of the class. Tyler Noonchester is our class valedictorian and Cassidy Daniel is our class salutatorian. Last night at our senior honors dinner and our senior honors night, Cassidy spoke. This evening, we will hear from Tyler. Therefore, it is with great pleasure that I introduce Tyler Noonchester, valedictorian, class of 2016.
First, before I get started, I would like to thank a few people for what they have done. I want to thank all of the teachers that have helped us along the way, because you guys have changed our lives for the better and will continue to change other students' lives as we move forward. I want to thank my parents, because they are truly the greatest parents that I could have asked for. They have helped me through every step of my life and have sacrificed so much for me and my brothers that I can't thank them enough. And lastly, I want to thank everyone that is a part of the class of 2016. They are my classmates, my friends, and most of all, my family. Most of us have been growing up together since preschool, and the others joined in along the way. But they are just as much a part of our class as anyone else. We've been through a lot together over the past 12 plus years. We've had our great times and times that weren't so great. But like any good family, we were there to support each other no matter what. Every day on the morning announcements, our principal, Coach Eckstein, will conclude by saying, "The simple phrase didn't mean that much to me, but over the years, I've come to realize that it couldn't be truer. Our class has always worked together to achieve, and it will be hard to go on without them." So throughout this speech, I will talk about our class's past, present, and future. When I look at the past, it all seems to be a blur. Through our elementary school years, we learned how to read and write together, and everything was simple with not much to worry about. I remember all the great times we had playing tag, football, and basketball on the playground, and just having a lot of fun. After all the good times we had in grade school, we eventually moved up to the high school for our middle school years. And it became a rough place for us during this time, mostly because the upperclassmen weren't very kind to us. A few of them still give me nightmares. They ruled the school at the time and did pretty much whatever they wanted to whoever they wanted. We survived together because we always had each other's backs. After those years in middle school, Coach Eckstein and Mr. Pelchin took over the school and made a lot of improvements that benefited the students. You could visibly see the change as way less referrals were being handed out and the amount of kids actually in class learning skyrocketed. As these changes were happening, our class changed as well. We came to be known as the guinea pig class because all the new changes and classes that we could take were experimented on us first to see if they would work. This might seem like a bad thing, but it really wasn't because it benefited us so much. We took new classes that helped prepare us for the ACT. We were given the chance to take online classes for classes the school couldn't offer us in the classroom. And this past year, some of us enrolled in dual credit program that gave us college credit. We did all of this together. Although we didn't love every second of it, we still pulled each other through. All All of this in-class work we did together, along with what we did outside of class, such as sports or even just hanging out, gave me one of the best childhoods ever. So thank you for that. Now that I've talked about our past, let's move on to where we are now and what is to come. Right this minute, we are closing on one of the biggest moments in our lives, and nothing has ever made me more scared and excited at the same time. It will be scary to move on without all of you, but at the same time, I know that everyone in this class has what it takes to make it in the real world. Because of what we have done and what we know how to do together, I know that we are ready to go off and chase our dreams with others that share our same dream. Whether that dream is athletics, music, art, engineering, nursing, teaching, business, or even serving our country, I know that we will succeed because of our drive and our teamwork. Teamwork is one of the most important qualities we have been given at Bellevue. What makes this school different from others is that we only have a graduating class of about 45, which means a couple of things. First, it means that this ceremony won't take very long unless I keep rambling on. And second, it means that I know all of my classmates on a personal level, which has allowed us to help each other whenever we have needed it. Together, we have achieved graduating high school. I wish I could say together we'll make it through what's next. And even though I can't, I can guarantee that I will always be there if any of you need me, because you are my friends and my family, and I love every single one of you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the balloons at the back of the stage represent deceased parents of a few of our graduates this evening. Please join me in a moment of silence as we acknowledge those folks who are not with us. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the people seated here on the stage are well known to the community of Bellevue, but for all of our guests, I would like to take the opportunity to recognize the folks up here. First off, our speaker, class of 1966, Mr. Jerry Delaney. Our superintendent, Mr. Rob Smith. Board of Education Chairperson, Ms. Julie Fisher. Board Member, Ms. Vanessa Gronick. Board Member, Ms. Jenny Hazaris. And Board Member, Mr. Dan Swope. Finally, our Assistant Principal, Mr. Dave Pelgen. Now, please join me in welcoming our Superintendent, Mr. Rob Smith.
Good evening. Tonight, I get the privilege of introducing our 2016 commencement speaker, Bellevue High School class of 1966, Mr. Jerry Delaney. Mr. Delaney served in the United States Army, seeing combat in Vietnam. He has been awarded the Combat Infantry Badge, the Bronze Star for Valor, and the Purple Heart. Mr. Delaney attended Northern Kentucky University for his undergraduate degree. He has also attended graduate school at the University of Cincinnati, the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary, and the Athenaeum of Ohio. Jerry is the past director of the Hamilton County Work Activity Center for Special Needs Adults and the past senior counselor at Straight Adolescent Drug Treatment Center. Jerry has provided seminars for local, national, and international media on many mental health subjects, including near-death experiences. Jerry is currently in private practice as a pastoral counselor. Jerry is married to Margie Miller Delaney, who's also with us tonight, and they have 5 children and 13 grandchildren. Please join me in welcoming our commencement speaker, Bellevue High School class of 1966, Mr. Jerry Delaney.
13 grandkids. 10 of them are boys. You know what I'm talking about if you've got grandchildren. These guys are great. Love them. Members of the board, Superintendent Mr. Smith, Principal Mr. Eckstein, faculty and staff, and to all you who are family and friends of this graduating class, thank you. I am truly and deeply honored to be here tonight to share these few moments with you. Generally speaking, commencement speakers are to encourage seniors who are graduating, to inspire them so that when they leave this place, they're one step further to their goals in life. I suspect that you won't remember me probably after tomorrow or much of anything I've said tonight. I suspect you were thinking to yourself, I just hope he's short. 1966, I was 5'7". That was 50 years ago. I'm 5'6.25". In the next 50 years, you will shrink. Promise me. I want to speak to you tonight a little bit about it takes courage to succeed. Courage. Gentleman who spoke tonight, it took courage for him to come up here and speak. Do you know that the top 10 stressors that affect the people the most, one of them is public speaking? Most people won't do public speaking because it racks your nerves. You get so scared. Now, I was a little nervous about coming tonight, not because I've spoken literally to thousands of people, but they weren't my family, like all of you. And so I'm a little bit nervous, so much so that I'll be shorter than I am. I'm a Bellevue Tiger. I loved my high school. I wish I could tell you that I was an outstanding student, but that was not the case, particularly when it came to academics. Some of you may remember that, and we're a little concerned tonight whether you'd even make it here. I remember that and had that same feeling. But in my senior class, I was a class clown. Some of my teachers thought I was funny. Some of them thought I was a big pain. Probably the most thought I was a pain. I used my senior year as an opportunity to develop my social skills. And so in that senior year, I was class president and president of the student council. I was elected lieutenant governor of Boise State, captain of the football team, and captain of the track team, and voted best all around when I graduated. Academics, not so much. When I came here tonight, we came down 471 and approaching to get off of exit 5, I looked over to my right, and there was the football stadium. A lot of memories. A lot of memories. Remember 1966. It was the time when the little man went up against the giants of the football in northern Kentucky. The little Bellevue Tigers against the giant Highland Bluebirds. After the game was over, I went into the field house and changed and came outside. All the Bellevue fans were celebrating. All the Highlands fans were still in the stands, stunned. Oh, did I fail to mention the score was 19-14 and we won. All right. I love Bellevue, my hometown. Had a lot of family members and extended family members who have graduated from Bellevue High School. My sister, my brother, and my mother still live in Bellevue. In fact, my sister and my mother are here tonight. My mom may be, if not, certainly close to being the oldest member living in Bellevue. She probably won't mind because she's a little hard of hearing, so she probably won't hear me. She's 94 years old. My dad didn't go to Bellevue High School. In fact, my dad quit school in the 8th grade in order to work and help support the family. But my dad loved Bellevue, and he became the coach for the equipment, the manager of the equipment for the team for years and years. Let me share with you just a second the kind of people that live in Bellevue, particularly at 1997. 1997, my father had passed away. His funeral was in Newport at Radle's Funeral Home. It was on a Friday night that the layout was held. Every member of the football team came and paid him tribute because he too was a Bellevue Tiger. He loved this team and loved serving. Courage. It takes courage to stand here before you. It takes courage when academically you're not so sound. I left high school and decided I would go to college. Wasn't sure whether I'd be accepted or not, but I went anyway because that's what my parents wanted, to go to college. I went to Eastern Kentucky University for 2 years. It was a party school. When I was ready to go back for my 3rd year, before I was able to register, I received a letter in the mail. Dear Mr. Delaney, we cannot accept your application to Eastern Kentucky University. You've amassed in 2 years a 1.3 GPA. Now, I wish I had kept that letter because some people, when I tell you this, don't believe it was true. The letter said, you need to reevaluate your academic goals. We can't even take you on probation because your GPA is so slow. And probably some secretary included in here that nobody else really knew. We hope you've enjoyed your stay at Eastern Kentucky University. Obviously, you did. Your grades reflect that. Well, I thought, well, fine. Thank you very much. Now what am I going to do? I need clothing, I need shelter, and I need food. I'll join the Army. Join the Army. In those days, we had a draft board. I went down to the draft board with my cousin, Larry. We were going to go into the Army on the buddy system. Me being a little forward, I walked up to the desk and talked to the lady, and she took my name, my social security number, and filled out all the information. Then she came to the part that said, and you'll probably be going out of the country. Where would you like to go? I bit. I'd like to go to Japan. I've always wanted to be in Japan. Without looking at me, she wrote Japan. I saw her write it. And she said, we'll do every effort to get you close. I turned and said to Larry, Larry, it's your turn. Gosh, Jerry, I've changed my mind. What? You what? You changed your mind? Are you serious? Come on, man, we were going to do this together. No, I'm not going to do this. And as fate would have it, Ira had already signed, and I said, I'm not going either. And she held up the paper and said, you see your signature? You're in. So I took a deep breath, stepped out on the sidewalk, and guess who was sitting at the light? Fate would have it, my dad. He beat me home. I rushed home, ran up the steps, closed the bedroom door. My mom yelled, "Jerry," from the foot of the steps, "come here." Went to stand at the top of the stairs. "What have you done?" "Well, Mom, I'm not going back to school. I've joined the Army." Quote, "Are you crazy? Don't you realize there's a war going on?" It never crossed my mind. Remember, I talked about academics. I served all my training for a year or so in the South, all the bases there. Left, got my orders, went to Vietnam. When I left and got there, I was a sergeant E5. They had 5 or 6 men in a squad. A squad's usually 10 or more, probably around 10. Most of them had either been sent home or they came up from the Pineapples, and many had been wounded or killed. My responsibility, my mission, was to search and destroy. So what that meant was I took these 6 men and we traipsed through the jungle looking for the enemy and their supplies in order to destroy them. I experienced and saw true courage. True courage. 7 months, a few days, we were in a heated battle in the middle of the jungle, hot and heavy. We were up against, not the Viet Cong, we were up against the North Vietnamese regular army who were highly trained. Midway through the battle, with bullets flying around, I took a round. It went up my sleeve and ripped off most, if not all, of my forearm. I lost 8 inches of an artery. And at 140 pounds, it was less than 3 minutes for me to bleed out. God had different plans. I reached behind me and found a rock about this big, about like that. I put it underneath my arm, which cut off the circulation, and I stopped bleeding, at least from the artery. They wrapped me around, and I will always be grateful to First Sergeant Dixon, Harvey Dixon. Under the heat of fire, he came, rushed, grabbed me up, and took me to safety. Helicopter dropped the wire down, picked me up, and I was taken to the 21st Evacuation Hospital. They saved my arm, but the lieutenant came the next morning when I was, "Sergeant Delaney, we're going to have to take your arm off. Yeah. You'll never use it again." And I said, "I don't believe that. I'm going to keep it." He said, "You know, when you get back to the States, they're probably going to take it off, so I'll let you keep it till then." I left then after 2 or 3 weeks, went to Japan, finally made it to Japan after all of that. They did surgery and sutured it with stainless steel sutures. And I did everything that I needed to do. I saw all kinds of injuries, all kinds of soldiers missing limbs who had the courage to get up every day to try to learn to walk again, to try to learn to use prosthetics for arms and limbs. True courage. I was in Walter Reed Army Hospital for 8 months. Discharged, came home. Now what do? Well, I think I got the GI Bill. I'm going to go back to school. I'll go to Northern Kentucky University. Actually, then it was Northern Kentucky State College on Dixie Highway. That's how old I am. Wasn't there too long, and we came to the campus that many of you have been to or probably will go to. There were 2 buildings on campus, Regent Hall and Nunn Hall. That was it. Now I go there and I get lost. True courage. True courage. The definition of courage is that quality of mind which enables one to encounter danger and difficulties with firmness or without fear or fainting of heart, valor, boldness, resolution. I saw true courage when I worked with senior adults who had special needs. I remember Herbert. Herbert was 56 years old. He knocked on my door in my office and came in one day. And he said, "You know, Mr. Delaney, I've been thinking. You know what's so bad about being retarded?" And I said, "No, Herbert, what is it?" He said, it's knowing that you are, and you can't do anything about it. But every day, he showed up to work, did his job, and went home. That took true courage for him. Fear will cripple you if you allow it. Now, my hunch is you're a little uncertain, perhaps, when you leave here in the days to come, what you're going to do. Develop a passion. A passion. It may take you 2 or 3 or 4 different kinds of efforts, but find a passion for yourself. Learn what your mission is in this life and pursue it with whatever it takes. Remember that? Whatever it takes. And you'll succeed. Don't let fear stand in your way. Don't let the naysayers stand in your way. Don't let the negative people stand in your way. There'll be people who come to you and say, you can't, you shouldn't, you ought not, you always fail, you're never going to make it. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Put in your best effort. Work as hard as you can to achieve the goals that you have set for yourself. Develop a plan. Surround yourself with people who love you and care about you and are encouragers that will encourage you to rise above the fear and give you the support and courage that you need to succeed. When you do fail, here's what you need to do. Stop making excuses. Stop focusing on the negative. Stop fearing failure. Seek courage. Stop looking for the easy way out. Stop beating up on yourself. Don't get distressed. Allow discouragement to be a learning lesson. Allow failures to be a learning lesson that now you know how not to do it a different way, and succeed. To succeed, it takes courage. Go out, use courage, go into the world, and make a difference. God knows we need it. Thank you.
It is customary at Bellevue High School that our commencement speaker is inducted into the Hall of Distinguished Alumni. At this time, I would like to present Mr. Delaney with his plaque commemorating his induction into the Bellevue High School Hall of Distinguished Alumni.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you to Mr. Reed, members of the Band of Gold. This has been a fantastic year for our Band of Gold, and tonight we say goodbye to some outstanding fine senior class members of the band and also to our director, Mr. Reed. Please join me in once again a round of applause for Mr. Reed and the Bellevue Band of Gold. Mr. Delaney, Mr. Smith, members of the Board of Education, with the advice and consent of the faculty of Bellevue High School and by the powers vested in me by the Commonwealth of Kentucky, it is my pleasure to present the 128th graduating class, the Bellevue High School class of 2016.
There are 45 graduates in the 128th annual commencement, and 43 of our graduates are participating in the class of 2016 commencement exercise this evening. In order that all parents, guardians, family members, and friends may hear our graduates' names as they are announced, we respectfully ask that you please hold your applause until the entire class has completed receiving their diplomas. Our graduates are as follows: Nicholas Donovan Ackerson, Bellevue High School diploma. Nicholas Baker, Bellevue High School diploma. Mark Alexander Barnett, Bellevue High School diploma. Cameron Armand Chase, Bellevue High School diploma. Jack Bryson Combs, Bellevue High School diploma. Katie Charles Kraft, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Benjamin Wade Creech, Bellevue High School diploma. Cassidy Page Daniel, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma, salutatorian. Jenna Marie Fashinda, Bellevue High School diploma. James Lee William Fields, Bellevue High School diploma. Austin Fisher, Bellevue High School diploma. Justin Ryan Fisher, Bellevue High School diploma. Carrie Lynn Fitch, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Caitlin Renee Frank, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Matthew Alexander Fryman, Bellevue High School diploma. Cameron Fulmer, Bellevue High School diploma. Dallas James Grant, Bellevue High School diploma. Jordan Nathaniel Hare, Bellevue High School diploma. Braden Robert Hayes, Bellevue High School diploma. Kelsey Rianne Hayward, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Courtney Madison Hicks, Bellevue High School diploma. Shadira Nicole Jones, Bellevue High School diploma. Kimberly Kennedy, Bellevue High School diploma. Destiny Lene Klopfer, Bellevue High School diploma. Evan Alexander Manzer, Bellevue High School diploma. Tiffany Rose Mauser, Bellevue High School diploma. Jonathan Thomas McIntyre, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Nia Page Montgomery, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Ronnie King Tyler Noonchester, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma, valedictorian. Elizabeth Page Poinsett, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Logan Quirk, Bellevue High School diploma. Christopher James Reel, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Kira Renee Ross, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Sarah Kiefer Schaub, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Andrew Michael Scott, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Robert Briley Sider, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Macy Ann Spencer, Bellevue High School diploma. Stephen Sawyer Sprague, Bellevue High School diploma. Cody Wayne Strunk, Bellevue High School diploma. Hunter Gerald Swope, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Marissa Lynn Thacker, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Michael David Thompson, Bellevue High School diploma. Michael Thomas Williams, Bellevue High School diploma, work ethic diploma. Ladies and gentlemen, please applaud the class of 2016. On behalf of Mr. Eckstein, the faculty, and myself, I wish to commend not only this fine class of young men and women, but please join us in applauding the parents, guardians, grandparents, and family members who help make them the wonderful people that they are. This is a wonderful event, and the fact that your daughter or son is here tonight and prepared for a career or college readiness opportunity is also a direct result of hard work by countless teachers from preschool, kindergarten, elementary, middle school, and high school. The most important aspect of public education is competent, knowledgeable, and caring teachers. Please give all the teachers present a round of applause. Graduates, please move your tassels from right to left. You are now alumni of Bellevue High School. Be true to the Tiger traditions.
Traditions are very important to us here at Bellevue High School. We value our Tiger traditions, and our commencement tradition always concludes with closing remarks by the president of the class. Please welcome the president of the class of 2016, Mr. Hunter Swope.
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. This quote comes from Winston Churchill, and to me it has content that's very relevant to the ceremony that we're all gathered here for tonight. Graduation. I look and I see all the faces of the people that I've grown up with. See the memories that we have together. I look back on us as innocent children in grade school, delinquents in middle school, and busy students in high school. And now we're graduates. When I look at all of you, I think of all the personal interactions I've had with you. Think of all the hardships that you've had to deal with and all the hills that you've had to climb to get here. No speech can really put together each and every one of our stories, but we all do share a few common attributes, and one of those is success. You made it here. Through every obstacle, exam, sleepless night, sporting event, band competition, play, bell, calculation, and written word, you came out swinging and you made it to your seats. And for that, I congratulate you. But I want you to think more in depth about how you made it here and all of the behind-the-scenes work that happened. Your families, friends, teachers, and this entire student body were pushing you up that hill all along. We were here to catch you when you started slipping, when that test was just too much for you, when you couldn't quite get the measure of that song down, when you missed that free throw. We were here to hold you up. It pains me to say that I've only recently connected with some of the people in my class. The people I should have spent the past 4 years hanging out with are the people that I've only spent the past 2 semesters hanging out with. And I guess that's the bittersweet part about high school and friendship. You get so frantic when thinking about the end of the year that you start pulling at every string of friendship you can, and before you know it, it's over. And the strings you tried to stitch together are yanked from the seams, and you're left only with your own string. But sometimes that can be a good thing. We're all going to make new memories and new friends. Don't forget about the old ones. Remember the fires that we had. Remember the pep rallies. The football, basketball, baseball, softball, and soccer games. The golf matches and rides in the vans. The tennis matches. The track and cross country meets. The band competitions and playing at halftime. The annual play and the talent show. The senior retreat. Homecoming, prom, winter ball. All the pictures, all the effort that was put into all of these memories. Remember the events that brought us together as a family. We all won't be able to sit in class and have Mr. Rockhorse make us contemplate our standpoints on life anymore. Although I have a hunch that's still probably going to happen. Or have Miss O'Neill by our sides to recite any historical happening in the Cincinnati area. Or have Mr. Eckstein to greet us every morning in the front lobby. And last but not least, you will no longer have I, Hunter Swope, with my sick whip. There will be new memories. We'll all learn that life can be a lot harder when you want a kid. We'll all have to start paying bills and stressing about cars and money and food. But there will be good parts about us moving on. We'll learn about responsibility. We'll have more freedom. We'll be able to take a random trip up to Canada if we want to, or take a weekend to go camping. All the freedoms that we've dreamed of having for so long are right now here in our hands. And it's our choice to do what we must with them. Life isn't going to be the same anymore. No matter what you plan to do after this ceremony, all the life you lived up until now is now considered done. In a very cliche way of putting it, this is a new chapter. And for some of us, this is an entirely new book. Go into college ready to learn and breathe your university spirit. Go into the military prepared to defend all the people you love and the freedoms that we have. Go into the workforce and find a living in something that you love. I'm going to miss my brothers and sisters from this school. And I want you all to know that no matter what the distance is, we're all still a family. Regardless of what you do in your life, be happy. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Thank you.
Please rise for the alma mater and remain standing for the recessional.